Hey there, my friend. Have you ever felt nervous about your accent when speaking English? Maybe you've practiced hard, learned a lot of words, and built confidence, but still worry that people might not understand you clearly. Don't worry, you're not alone. Having an accent is natural, but improving it can make your English sound smoother, clearer, and more confident. The goal isn't to erase your accent. It's to make your speech easy to understand and pleasant to listen to. Improving your accent is like learning a new rhythm for your voice. Every language has its own music, the way syllables rise and fall, the way words connect, and the way sounds change when spoken quickly. When you start to master this music of English, you'll sound more natural and fluent. You'll notice people reacting more positively to your speech and understanding you instantly. In this lesson, we'll go through 8 practical chapters that will help you transform your accent step by step. You'll learn how to listen like a native speaker, practice mouth movements, connect words smoothly, and fix common pronunciation errors. By the end, you'll not only sound more confident, but also feel proud of how clearly you can express yourself. Ready to start your accent improvement journey? Let's dive in and make your English sound truly impressive. Chapter 1. Listen like a native speaker. The first step to improving your accent is to become a better listener. Many learners focus only on speaking, but they forget that accent training begins with listening. Think about how a baby learns to talk. It listens for months before saying a single word. That's how the brain learns the sounds, rhythm, and melody of a language. To improve your accent, you need to train your ears to hear English the way native speakers do. Start by listening carefully to how words are pronounced in real conversations, movies, and podcasts. Don't just hear the meaning. Focus on the sound. Notice how speakers connect words, how their voices rise and fall, and how some sounds disappear when they speak fast. For example, when someone says, "What are you doing?" it often sounds like, "What you doing?" Listen closely to those natural sound changes. That's what gives English its flow. Another powerful trick is to choose 1 or 2 native speakers whose voice you admire and imitate them. This is called shadowing. Play a short clip. Listen to one sentence, then repeat it immediately, mimicking the rhythm, tone, and stress exactly. Don't worry if you don't sound perfect at first. The more you shadow, the better your brain and tongue will sync with real English speech patterns. You should also listen for intonation patterns. English isn't spoken flatly. It's full of ups and downs that express meaning and emotion. For instance, a question like, "You're coming," rises at the end, while a statement like, "You're coming," falls. Practice recognizing and repeating these patterns. Record your voice and compare it to the native version to see where your pitch changes differently. Besides movies and podcasts, songs can also help you. Music has rhythm and emotion, just like spoken language. Sing along to your favorite English songs and pay attention to how the singer connects the words. You'll start picking up natural pronunciation without even realizing it. Consistency is the secret here. Set aside at least 15 to 20 minutes each day just for focused listening. Don't multitask during this time. Listen actively. Replay the same clip several times and try to catch details you missed before. The goal isn't to understand every word, but to feel how English sounds. It's also helpful to learn the difference between the sounds of your native language and English. Every language uses a different set of mouth positions. Some sounds may not even exist in your native tongue, which is why they feel hard to pronounce. For example, the English R and th sounds are often tricky. When you listen carefully, you'll start to hear how they differ. And once you can hear the difference, you can learn to produce it. Listening like a native speaker takes patience, but it's the foundation for all the other steps in accent improvement. You're not just training your ears, you're training your brain to think in sound. Once your mind recognizes how English truly sounds, your mouth will naturally begin to follow. So, don't rush. Make listening your daily habit, and you'll soon notice your accent becoming smoother, clearer, and more natural than ever before. Chapter 2. Train your mouth muscles. Now that your ears are learning how English truly sounds, it's time to train the part of your body that produces those sounds, your mouth. Most English learners don't realize that accent improvement is a physical skill as much as a linguistic one. The tongue, lips, and jaw all need to move in specific ways that may be completely different from your native language. Think of your mouth like a musical instrument. If you want to play English sounds beautifully, you have to practice controlling it. Start by paying attention to how your mouth feels when you speak. English requires wide, open vowels and sharp, clean consonants. Try saying words like cat, fast, and apple. Notice how wide your mouth opens for the A sound. Now compare that with sit, hit, and big, where your lips stay more relaxed and your tongue stays high. These small physical differences create huge changes in how natural your accent sounds. Next, practice tongue placement. Some English sounds, like ha, don't exist in many other languages. To pronounce it correctly, place your tongue lightly between your teeth and blow air out, like in the words think and this. Don't press too hard or make a D or T sound. It might feel awkward at first, but that's perfectly normal. Over time, your tongue will remember where to go. Another common challenge is the R sound. In English, the tongue doesn't touch the roof of the mouth for er. Instead, it curls slightly upward inside the mouth. Try saying red, right, run. Feel your tongue curve but not touch. It takes repetition to get it right, so be patient. Record yourself saying these words and listen carefully. Compare them to native pronunciations and adjust your mouth position until the sounds match. You can also improve flexibility by practicing mouth exercises. Try exaggerating your mouth movements when reading out loud. Open your jaw wider, move your lips more dramatically, and stretch your tongue. This will strengthen the muscles and give you better control. Another great exercise is tongue twisters. Sentences like, she sells seashells by the seashore, or red lorry, yellow lorry, train your mouth to move quickly and clearly. Shadowing can help here too. When you listen to a native speaker, don't just copy their sound. Imitate their facial movements. Watch how their lips, tongue, and jaw move in videos. Try to mirror them exactly in front of a mirror yourself. This visual imitation helps your brain and body connect the right motion with the right sound. It's also helpful to slow down. Many learners try to speak fast before mastering pronunciation, which only reinforces bad habits. Speak slowly, focus on accuracy, and then gradually increase speed. Fluency will come naturally once your muscle memory is correct. Remember, your mouth is learning a new routine. At first, it may feel uncomfortable or even tiring. just like exercising new muscles at the gym. But with regular practice, 5 to 10 minutes daily, you'll soon find those strange English sounds becoming natural. By mastering mouth control, you're building the foundation for every word you'll ever say. Your pronunciation will improve, your confidence will grow, and you'll begin to sound more fluent and polished. So, take your time, look in the mirror, and train your mouth until every sound feels smooth, strong, and naturally English. Chapter 3. Master Word, Stress, and Rhythm. Now that you're training your ears and mouth, it's time to focus on one of the most important features of the English accent: word stress and rhythm. English is a stress-timed language, which means some syllables are strong and others are weak. This pattern creates the rhythm or beat of English, and mastering it can instantly make your speech sound more natural and fluent. Let's start with word stress. In every English word with more than one syllable, one part of the word is stressed, meaning it's pronounced longer, louder, and with more energy. For example, in table, the first syllable is stressed. In computer, the second syllable is. If you stress the wrong syllable, even if your pronunciation is perfect, people might not understand you easily. That's why learning where the stress falls in each word is crucial. You can find stress patterns in dictionaries or online pronunciation tools. To practice, say words slowly and clap or tap for the stressed syllable. For example, important, amazing, delicious. Feel the rhythm as you speak. It's like learning a dance where some steps are strong and others light. Once you can hear and feel that pattern, speaking will start to flow more naturally. Next, focus on sentence stress. In a sentence, not all words are equally strong. Native speakers naturally emphasize content words, the ones that carry meaning such as nouns, main verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Function words like a, an, the, to, for, of, and are usually weak and said quickly. For example, in the sentence, I want to go to the store, native speakers say, I want go store strongly, and the to and the become soft, almost disappearing. I want to go to the store. That's why English has a kind of music. It's full of long and short sounds, strong and weak beats. To sound natural, you need to reproduce that rhythm. Try reading short sentences out loud, exaggerating the stress at first. For example, she bought a new car. Say it with clear rhythm, longer and louder on bought and new. Then, say it again at normal speed. Your speech will already sound more fluent. One fun way to improve rhythm is to practice with music or poetry. Songs, especially pop or rap, have strong stress patterns that match English rhythm. Sing along and notice how words fit into the beat. Reading poetry or nursery rhymes also helps. They teach you where the natural stress falls and how English flows like a melody. You can also record yourself reading a short paragraph from a podcast or movie script. Then, listen and mark which words are stressed in the native version. Compare your own recording and see if your rhythm matches. This simple activity will train your ear and your voice together. Another key element is linking stress with emotion. In English, stress isn't only about sound, it also shows meaning. For instance, I didn't say he stole it changes, meaning depending on which word you stress. If you stress I, it means someone else said it. If you stress stole, it means he might have done something else. This control of stress gives your speech personality and power. Mastering stress and rhythm takes time, but it's what separates a learner's accent from a natural one. Once you feel the pulse of English, your words won't just sound correct. They'll sound alive. Practice daily. Listen carefully, and let English rhythm become the heartbeat of your voice. Chapter 4. Connect your words smoothly. Once you've learned to control your mouth and rhythm, the next secret to a natural English accent is connected speech. Native speakers don't pronounce every word separately. They blend them together, creating a smooth, flowing sound. If you speak word by word, your speech might sound clear, but robotic. To sound fluent and natural, you need to learn how to connect your words like a native speaker does. In English, words flow into each other. For example, pick it up sounds like pick-it-up, and want to becomes wanna. This connection happens because English speakers naturally link the ending sound of one word to the beginning sound of the next. It's not lazy speech. It's just how the language moves in real life. There are three main types of connection: linking, blending, and reduction. Linking. When one word ends with a consonant sound and the next word begins with a vowel sound, the two connect. For example, turn off sounds like turn off. Practice this by reading short phrases and linking them together smoothly. Try come in, take it, read it again. Don't pause between words. Slide from one to the next. Blending. Sometimes sounds change slightly when they meet. For example, would you becomes woulda, and did you becomes didja. This happens in fast, natural English. Try to imitate it by listening to native recordings and repeating exactly what you hear. Reduction. Many small words lose their full sound in natural speech. For example, to often becomes ta, and for becomes fur. So, I want to go for a walk sounds like I want to go for a walk. Don't overdo it, but practice saying these reduced forms naturally. It makes your English sound smoother and more real. One great way to practice connected speech is through shadowing exercises. Choose a short clip from a movie or podcast and repeat it exactly after the speaker. Don't focus on individual words. Focus on the flow. Try to match the timing, pauses, and energy of the speaker. Record yourself, listen back, and compare how connected your words sound. Another fun method is to practice tongue twisters or short expressions at a faster pace. Say phrases like, "Did you eat yet?" or "How's it going?" over and over until they flow easily. The goal is to make your tongue move smoothly without stopping between words. Remember, connecting words doesn't mean mumbling or speaking unclearly. The goal is clarity and fluency. You still want your speech to be understandable, just more natural and effortless. The smoother your connections, the more confident and fluent you'll sound. Finally, pay attention to intonation while connecting words. English speakers often rise and fall in tone even while linking words. That musical flow keeps speech lively and expressive. Combine your rhythm from the previous chapter with smooth connections, and you'll sound much closer to a native accent. Practice daily with real English materials, interviews, vlogs, or audiobooks. Imitate how words join naturally. The more you do it, the more automatic it becomes. Before long, your English will sound connected, confident, and beautifully fluent, just like the speech of a native speaker. Chapter 5. Focus on vowel sounds. Vowel sounds are the heart of any accent. In English, Small changes in vowel pronunciation can completely change the meaning of a word. For example, ship and sheep sound similar, but that tiny vowel difference tells a native listener exactly what you mean. If your vowels aren't clear or accurate, even perfect grammar won't help people understand you easily. That's why focusing on vowels is one of the most powerful ways to improve your accent. English has more vowel sounds than many other languages. For instance, there are short vowels like in sit, cat, hot, and cup, and long vowels like in seat, cake, coat, and food. The difference isn't only about time, it's also about mouth shape and tongue position. When you say a long vowel, your mouth opens wider and the sound lasts a bit longer. For example, bit versus beat. Notice how your mouth stretches more for beat. To master vowels, you first need to train your ear to hear the difference. Listen to minimal pairs, two words that sound almost the same except for one vowel, such as ship, sheep, full, fool, cat, cut, bit, bet. Repeat them slowly. Record yourself and compare. Over time, your brain will learn to notice the subtle changes in vowel quality. Next, practice mouth positioning. English vowels require specific lip and tongue shapes. For example, for ee in see, your tongue is high and near the front of your mouth. For oo in food, your tongue is back and your lips are rounded. Try exaggerating these positions in front of a mirror. Visual awareness helps your muscles memorize the right movement. Another helpful technique is to use visual vowel charts. These show exactly where your tongue and lips should be for each sound. Many online pronunciation tools display animations of how each vowel is formed. Watch them, then mimic the shape. When practicing, focus on clarity over speed. Say words slowly, holding the vowel sound for an extra second. For example, seat, sit, food, foot, cat, cut. Record and replay until the difference becomes clear and consistent. Also, pay attention to unstressed vowels, especially the schwa sound, ochesinsasai. It's the most common sound in English, found in words like about, problem, support. It sounds like a soft, relaxed Learning to use the schwa naturally makes your speech more fluid and native-like. For example, banana isn't pronounced banana, but banana. You can combine vowel practice with real sentences. Take short lines from movies or podcasts and focus on the vowels. Stretch the vowel sounds slightly as you repeat them. This improves both pronunciation and listening comprehension. Finally, be patient. Mastering vowels doesn't happen overnight. It takes consistent daily practice. Spend a few minutes each day listening, repeating, and recording. Over time, your ear and mouth will align perfectly. When your vowels are clear, every word you say will sound smoother, more accurate, and full of confidence. That's when your accent begins to shine, natural, expressive, and truly impressive. Chapter 6. Learn to control your intonation. Now that you've improved your vowels, rhythm, and word connections, it's time to focus on something that gives your speech emotion and life. Intonation. Intonation is the rise and fall of your voice when you speak. It shows how you feel, what you mean, and whether you're asking a question, giving information, or expressing surprise. Without intonation, your voice would sound flat and robotic. Mastering it makes your English sound natural, confident, and engaging. Think of intonation as the melody of English. Every sentence has its own tune. For example, when you say, "Are you ready?" your voice rises at the end. But when you say, "I'm ready," it falls. These patterns tell the listener whether you're asking or telling. If you use the wrong pattern, your meaning might confuse people, even if your words are correct. There are three main patterns you should know: rising, falling, and fall, rise. Rising. Intonation. Your voice goes up at the end. It's used for yes-no questions or to show uncertainty. Example: do you like coffee? Your tone rises slightly on coffee. Falling intonation. Your voice goes down at the end. It's used for statements and WH questions. Example: where do you live? Or, I live near the park. The voice falls at the end to show completion. Fall rise. Intonation. Your voice goes down, then up again. It's often used to show surprise, doubt, or politeness. Example: well, I could help you. This makes your tone softer and more expressive. To practice intonation, listen to native speakers and notice how their voice moves. You can use movie dialogues, interviews, or YouTube videos. Mark the pitch movement with arrows for rising and for falling. Then, repeat the lines while following the same tone pattern. For example, really? Surprised disbelief. Oh, really? Interested or questioning. You did it! Excited confirmation. Record your voice as you practice and compare it to the original. The goal isn't to copy every sound perfectly, but to match the emotion behind the sound. Another fun way to train intonation is by reading stories or short dialogues out loud. Act them out like a performer. Emphasize emotional changes, excitement or curiosity. English is expressive. Your voice should move with meaning. Also, remember that intonation and stress work together. Stress gives power to key words, and intonation gives them melody. For instance, I didn't say he stole the money can have 7 different meanings depending on which word you stress and how your tone moves. Finally, try recording short voice messages or mock conversations. Speak with clear rises and falls, just like in movies or podcasts. Over time, your brain will naturally adopt the English music. When you master intonation, your accent becomes alive. You'll sound not only fluent, but also friendly, expressive, and confident. People will enjoy listening to you, and that's the true beauty of speaking English with an impressive accent. Chapter 7. Practice imitation and shadowing daily. One of the fastest ways to improve your accent is through imitation and shadowing. These powerful techniques train your ears, mouth, and brain to work together, just like a musician learning a song. You don't need expensive tools or teachers. You just need consistency and attention to detail. The more you imitate native speakers, the more natural and fluent your English will become. Imitation means copying how native speakers pronounce words, use rhythm, and express emotion. Choose short clips, 15 to 30 seconds, from movies, TV shows, or YouTube videos. Listen carefully several times. Focus on how they speak, not just what they say. Notice the tone, pauses, and connections between words. Then, try repeating the same lines out loud. Don't worry about being perfect at first. The goal is to copy their sound pattern as closely as possible. Now, take it a step further with shadowing. In this technique, you play the audio and speak along with it, not after. It's like singing in harmony with a song. Try to match the speaker's timing, intonation, and energy. This method forces your mouth to move at a natural speed while staying in rhythm. It's one of the most effective exercises for developing a smooth, native-like accent. Here's a simple daily routine. Pick one short video or audio clip. Listen to it 3-4 times to understand the sound and rhythm. Repeat sentence by sentence, focusing on pronunciation. Then shadow the full clip in real time. Record yourself and compare it to the original. You'll quickly notice which sounds or patterns need more work. Over time, your tongue and ears will adapt naturally, and you'll start copying native accents without even thinking. When shadowing, choose voices that inspire you. Maybe it's an actor, a news anchor, or a motivational speaker. Their clear pronunciation and confident tone make great examples. You can even imitate how they use emotion, soft, strong, or calm tones to sound more expressive. At first, it might feel difficult to keep up, especially when speakers talk fast. Don't worry. Start slow, use subtitles, and break the clip into smaller parts. As your confidence grows, increase the speed until you can shadow naturally. Also, vary your materials. Listen to different accents, neutral, British, or other global English varieties. This helps you understand a wide range of pronunciation styles while building your own clear, understandable accent. Consistency is key. Just 10 to 15 minutes of shadowing daily can make a dramatic difference in a few weeks. Your speech will become smoother, your pronunciation sharper, and your rhythm more natural. Finally, make it fun. Choose clips you enjoy, motivational talks, movie scenes, or favorite songs. The more interested you are, the faster you'll improve. Remember, imitation isn't about losing your identity. It's about mastering clarity and confidence. With daily shadowing, you'll start to sound not only accurate but alive, fluent, expressive, and truly impressive in every conversation. Chapter 8. Build confidence and speak without fear. After all your practice with sounds, rhythm, and pronunciation, there's one more thing that can completely transform your accent: confidence. Even if you've trained your ears and mouth perfectly, fear can still hold you back from speaking naturally. Many learners worry about being judged, making mistakes, or sounding different. But here's the truth. Confidence is the final key that makes your accent sound fluent, clear, and alive. When you believe in your voice, your speech flows more freely, and people naturally understand you better. Confidence doesn't come overnight. It grows with experience. You build it by speaking, not by waiting until you're ready. The more you speak English out loud, the faster you'll get comfortable hearing your own voice. Start with small steps. Talk to yourself in English while cooking, walking, or getting ready for your day. Describe what you're doing or talk about your plans. This helps your brain think in English and your mouth stay active. The more often you speak, the more natural your accent becomes. Another great way to boost confidence is through recording yourself. At first, you might feel shy or uncomfortable listening to your voice. That's completely normal. But recording is one of the best ways to hear your progress. Speak for 1 minute on a topic, then listen carefully. Notice your pronunciation, stress, and tone. Compare it with an older recording. You'll be surprised how much you've improved. Seeing that progress builds motivation and self-trust. You should also practice speaking with others as often as possible. Join online speaking clubs, language exchange partners, or conversation apps. When you talk with real people, your brain learns to adapt faster. You stop overthinking and start speaking naturally. Don't worry about having a perfect accent. Focus on being understood and confident. The more you communicate, the more relaxed you'll feel, and your accent will continue improving naturally. Remember, your accent is part of your identity. You're not trying to erase who you are, you're learning to express yourself clearly in another language. Every successful English speaker started somewhere. They made mistakes, stumbled, and kept going. That's how confidence grows, through practice, patience, and persistence. You can also use positive mindset techniques to overcome fear. Before speaking, take a deep breath and remind yourself, my English is improving every day. I'm communicating, not performing. I sound better every time I speak. These simple affirmations help relax your mind and make your voice sound more natural and steady. Another powerful confidence booster is celebrating small wins. Did you pronounce a difficult sound correctly? Did someone understand you without repeating? Did you complete a short conversation confidently? Every one of these moments is progress. Acknowledge them. Confidence grows through recognition, not perfection. Finally, surround yourself with English. Watch movies, listen to podcasts, read out loud, and think in English daily. The more exposure your mind gets, the more comfortable your accent becomes. Over time, your fear fades away, replaced by ease and self-assurance. When you speak English with confidence, your accent doesn't just sound good, it sounds genuine. People don't only hear your words, they feel your energy. And that's what makes your English truly impressive. Final words. Congratulations, my friend. You've just completed your journey to improving your English accent step by step. You've learned to listen carefully, train your mouth muscles, master stress and rhythm, connect your words smoothly, and control your intonation. You've practiced shadowing, built daily habits, and most importantly, you've gained the confidence to speak without fear. Remember, your accent is not something to hide. It's a part of your unique identity. The goal is clarity, confidence, and connection. Every time you speak, you're getting better, smoother, and more natural. Keep practicing a little every day, and you'll be amazed by how far you can go. Never stop learning, never stop improving, and never stop believing in your voice. If you enjoyed this lesson and want to keep growing your English skills, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Impressive Learning English, and turn on the notification bell. New lessons are waiting to help you sound smarter, speak clearer, and feel more confident every single day.